beyond the stage 1. Another story is playing out beyond the stage. Toot toot toot. After hearing the engaged tone through the communicator, Kalina spaced out for a while before numbly ending the call. She did it again without saying a word. She just went off by herself again without telling me anything. But this time, I'm not going to stand around waiting like an idiot. I need to do something. Kalina clenches her fist. The after effects of falling for that trap in the city haven't fully faded and her head still aches faintly. However, she powers through it with sheer will and forces herself to get up before changing out of her hospital gown. 2 Nompa guards are standing watch outside her sick room. Kalina makes up an excuse to get them out of the way, then surveys her surroundings, ensuring that there's nobody around to see her. But right as she's about to head outside, her communicator finally rings again. Kalin. Lena and I are headed to the hospital. The evacuation of Libby has begun in its madhouse out here. Stay in your room and don't wander around. We're coming to get you. I'm fine. This place is still safe for now. So focus on helping Nompa to organize the evacuation. I'll meet up with you at the safe house. Kalin, are you hiding something from us? Why do you say that? You're planning to go it alone again, aren't you? I do want to confirm some things, yes. Kalin, you should know by now that this is a secure internal channel Lena and I made for 404. You don't have to worry about being overheard by anyone else. So, what's this big secret that you can't even tell us? The line is silent for a moment. Kalina closes the door with a click, then heads over to a secluded corner of the sick room. I want to help the commander. What? You want to help the commander? What happened to her? I don't know. But just now, the commander told me to delete all my comm logs with her. So I strongly suspect she's going to do something dangerous by herself again. That's why I want to help her. But Kalin, your body... I know, you don't have to tell me. But I am not going to watch the commander walk into danger again while I do nothing. I swore I'd face this sort of thing with her, together. Lena laughs helplessly. Looks like you're determined to do this. I take it that nothing I say now can change your mind? Yeah. Alright, fair enough. Still, there's no reason for you to hide that from us, you know? You do know our commander has no name or identity in the system, right? Were you seriously planning to try and track her down in a big place like Libib all by yourself? When she contacted me earlier, I managed to pinpoint her location. Oh my, you really were going to look for the commander all on your own. Kalina sighs heavily as she realizes the unspoken meaning of Leba's words. Listen to me, Leba. What I'm about to do is most likely going to violate Nompa's confidentiality regulations, as well as various URNC laws too. If the powers that be decide to conduct an investigation, what happens to me is one thing, but I don't want you to end up... Oh, so you do know what's in store for you after all, don't you? But Kalin, have you forgotten? The only reason we even joined Nompa in the first place is because of our personal relationship with you and the director. We're here to help you, not the URNC. Surely a situation like this is when we can truly shine, right? But if the commander and I end up as wanted criminals after this, you will become illegal dolls too. Illegal dolls? Haha, that takes me back. You do remember I was using a Sangbis frame until recently, don't you? That's hardly law-abiding behavior. Right, we have just arrived at the hospital. Lepa's gasp of surprise is accompanied by a shrill alarm going off inside the hospital.
Emergency! Your attention, please.
Unidentified life forms have breached the hospital perimeter. Emergency response measures have been activated. All staff are to cease their duties immediately and evacuate along their designated routes in an orderly manner. Medical personnel are to assist mobility-impaired patients in their care and prioritize their evacuation. Security personnel are to assist them. Please remain calm. Do not push or shove and follow the fluorescent signs to the nearest exit.
We repeat.
Leva, what's going on out there? The hospital PA systems are saying there's been a breach by unidentified life forms. Does that mean... Yep, ELIDs. But Libip is a city in the white zone. How could they? I believe all this is related to what the commander was telling you just now. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to figure out exactly what she meant. Our current priority is to evacuate you safely. Monstrous roars can be heard through the comm channel, coming from Leva's side. Used to be, you would only hear things like that in the yellow zone. Lena, prepare for battle. Got it. Oh, we're playing as the sisters. Well, I don't have both. I'm not gonna even bother changing. Alright, you go solo boy, Mastina. Kalina, are you alright? Are you hurt? I'm fine. Let's leave the hospital, then head for this location ASAP. My last contact with the commander placed her at that location. Lena, analyze the coordinates Kalin sent us. Okay, leave it to me. As Lena analyzes the coordinates, the alarms inside the hospital grow increasingly urgent. Orderlies and nurses rush to help their patients to the emergency exits. Some of the patients in question were in the middle of surgery when the alarms were triggered. Their procedures were suspended and they were wheeled out of the operating theater after receiving only the basics of emergency care. It hurts. It hurts so bad. Please, hold on a little longer. We will administer pain medication once we get to safety. A nurse pushing a gurney races past Kalina and the others. However, one of its wheels suddenly seizes up, sending it careening down a flight of stairs. Look out! Or rather, it would have, if not for Kalina rushing over and grabbing one of its side rails. Let me lend you a hand. Thank you. Thank you so much. Kalina holds onto the side of the gurney and helps guide it to the emergency exit. However, the nurse is followed by more medical staff helping patients evacuate. They're coming from all directions. They all flood into the corridor where Kalina is standing. I'm sorry, but we only have space for severe cases. Why don't I help you move? Bless your heart, young lady. Hey, isn't anyone going to help me out there? I paid a lot of money for a top-class ward. I deserve top-class treatment. Hey, you over there. You're a doll, right? Get over here and get me out of this place. Leva looks up and glances coldly at the man. However, just as he finishes speaking, a gurney rushing out of an operating theater crashes into his wheelchair and sends him flying. The wheelchair spins several times and comes to a halt, teetering precariously at the edge of a wall. It is then that Kalina realizes the man on the wheelchair has lost both his legs. But before she can think about the matter in detail, a heart-rending scream from behind draws her attention. Make way, please. Everyone, this lady is about to give birth. Need to get her to safety ASAP. Just then, another more frantic alarm comes in over the hospital's PA system. Once again, this is an emergency announcement. Unidentified life forms are currently closing in. All medical personnel, please evacuate your patients to the designated safe areas ASAP. However, the loudspeaker's announcement is swallowed up by the clamor in the background. All it does is blend with the background noise and add to the babble of voices around them. The hospital security does their best to maintain order. However, they were clearly too used to peace, because the sudden outbreak of chaos leaves them at a loss for what to do next. Miss Kalin, I've finished analyzing the coordinates. I have cross-referenced it with the local map and uploaded it to the comm channel. According to the map, the commander's last known position was near a research building owned by the Gerard Group. So, are we heading out? As she takes in the chaotic scene before her, Kalina finds herself unable to decide immediately. She has waited 10 whole years just to find the commander's trail again. She would like nothing better than to rush to her side right away and face whatever is coming with her. Even if that means plunging into hell along with her. But the massive monstrous silhouette of an ELID bursts into the hospital building, accompanied by the sound of breaking glass and its ferocious roar. The security guards try to return fire, but their efforts are futile. In an emergency like this, the lack of combat experience means that they do little more than serve as appetizers for the monsters. Let's put that on hold for now. After a brief silence, Kalina takes out her handgun and takes aim at the ELID. Lena, we'll focus on protecting and evacuating the civilians. As for the rest, we'll worry about it later. Yes, ma'am.